Unicorns, rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, I wanna spend some time with you.
Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today, my team and I will be edifying you on poetry. Yours truly, Ashley Waddell, will be identifying different classes and breeds of poetry, followed up by Sir Javon George discussing brooding, general housing and equipment, followed up by nutritional requirements, and then Miss Marion Calvin who will be identifying common internal external parasites and diseases affecting poultry in Guyana and the Caribbean. Then Ms. Tremela Morphine, who will discuss management systems of poultry. You may ask, what is poultry? Poultry are domestic birds kept by humans for the purpose of harvesting animal products such as meat, eggs, and feathers. The practice of raising poultry is known as poultry farming. Now, this table illustrates the different classes of poultry, such as chicken, duck, turkey, guinea fowl, and goose, and also the names used to address the young of the animal, along with the male and female adult. For this video, we will be primarily looking at the three main classes of poultry reared in the Caribbean, which is the chicken, duck, and turkey. Some common breeds of chicken are black giant, Ross, and leghorn. The Jersey black giant or black giant is large in size and black in color. They are primarily bred for meat and eggs. These birds are well suited for the warm tropical climate of Guyana. The black giant hens lay an extra large brown egg that may have speckles. They lay about 240 eggs per year. The Jersey black giant are calm, docile, and quiet. They are generally good with children and with other breeds. The Ross is a white-feathered bird with a robust body and broad breast, offering excellent mid-heel, slightly better mobility than the Cornish white. In the Caribbean and Guyana, the Ross chicken are widely used in commercial meat production due to their excellent feed conservation and reaching market weight in 6 to 8 weeks. The Ross reaches sexual maturity at about 24 to 26 weeks of age, which is standard for commercial broiler breeders. Fertility rates in the Ross broiler breeders are often high, exceeding 85 to 90% under proper management. Leghorns, originally from Italy, are highly productive layers of white eggs, known for their hardiness and adaptability to warm climates, making them ideal for the Caribbean. They are favored for large-scale egg production in the Caribbean, with some producing over 300 eggs annually. In a tropical climate, they require good ventilation, space, and proper nutrition, including calcium, to sustain productivity and shell quality. A point to note is that the leghorns are really broody. Some common breeds of ducks are the Muscovy, the Cocky Compel, and the Pekin. The Muscovy duck is native to Central and South America, making it ideal for the tropical climates of the Caribbean. Recognized by its red facial carbuncles and sleek body, it is hardy and excellent and and are excellent foragers. Muscavies are valued for their lean meat and egg production and are commonly raised in backyards or free-range systems. Muscovy ducks can breed 2 to 3 times a year from early August to early May. A female Muscovy duck lays one egg per day, up to 28 eggs per clutch. The eggs are creamy white or green tinted and weigh about 2.7 ounces each. They are larger than other duck eggs. Female Muscovy ducks reach sexual maturity at about 26 to 28 weeks old and males at 27 to 29 weeks old. Muscovy ducks go broody and hatch their own egg if left to do so. The female duck will leave the nest for 20 minutes to 1 hour to 1.5 hours at a time to eat, drink, and defecate, and sometimes bathe. The drake will also stay close to the brood for several weeks, walking with them and providing protection. The Kiki Campbell is an English breed dog known for their distinctive khaki plumage and excellent egg-laying ability, producing up to 300 to 350 eggs annually. They are widely used in the Caribbean for commercial egg production, particularly on a small to medium scale farm. These ducks thrive in tropical climates but need sufficient space for foraging, access to clean water for bathing, and shelter to protect them from heat and disease. Typically, they weigh around 4 to 5 pounds. Drakes often have darker, slightly greenish or bronze head. Campbell duck eggs take about 23 to 28 days to hatch. Mechanically incubators or broody chickens can be used to hatch the eggs. Keiki Campbell ducks reach maturity at about 7 months old. Keiki ducks are generally not good mothers and are not dependable for hatching. Peking ducks, originally from China, are widely known for their large size and white plumage. They are primarily raised for meat production and are famous for their tender and flavored meat. Peking ducks have creamy white feathers, orange leg, feet, and a yellow bill. Peking eggs have a higher hatchability rate than the Muscovy duck. Peking ducks are less broody than other ducks, meaning they are less likely to sit on their eggs and incubate them. Because of this, most Peking ducks are hatched using incubators and other ducks such as the Muscovy duck. In the Caribbean, turkey farming is not as widespread as chicken and other poultry farming, but there are some breeds commonly raised for meat. Some common breeds of poultry are the broad breast white, the bourbon red, and the broad breast bronze. The broad breast white turkey is a large, fast growing breed primarily raised for commercial meat production. Its white plumage is particularly valued as it provides a clean appearance after processing. This breed is less suited for free-range system due to its size and inability to fly. Additionally, the broad breast white turkey are incapable of reproducing naturally because of their breast size and short breastbone. Hence, hindering mating, and requiring artificial insemination for reproduction. This is also lack they also lack modern abilities, making them reliant on human intervention for hatching poults. The Bourbon Red is a heritage turkey breed that is both visually striking and valued for their excellent meat quality. Originally developed in the United States, it is named after the Bourbon Country, Kentucky, where it was first bred. The Bourbon Red Turkey is characterized by its rich, red chestnut feathers, which are its most distinctive features. Its vibrant, its vibrant coloring is beautifully contrasted by the white feathers on the tail and wings. The Bourbon red turkey is an active forager well suited for diverse climates, including warm regions like the Caribbean. Generally calm and social, Bourbon Reds are curious by nature. The Bourbon Red Turkey is highly regarded for its tender and flavorful meat, making it favored among small and organic farmers catering to gourmet markets. Hens are productive layers, producing 50 to 100 eggs annually. The eggs are creamy white in color with brown speckles. The Burgundy red turkey generally has good mothering abilities. The broad breast bronze turkey is known for its large body and stringy black bronze feather with a shiny finish. It is hardy and adaptable to various climates, making it a practical choice for small scale farming in regions like the Caribbean. However, it is not an effective forager and performs best in controlled farming environments. Additionally, this breed lacks good mothering abilities. That being said, I would like to invite Sir Javon George to continue with this video.
Thank you for the invite, Miss Ashley. My name is Javon George, and today I'll be looking at brooding under the various headings. They are temperature, feeding, litter management, and medication. Brooding is a critical stage where young chicks are cared for until they can regulate their own body temperature. Temperature. During the first week, the brooder temperature should maintain at 90 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. This temperature is gradually reduced by 5 degrees Fahrenheit each week until the chicks adapt to ambient conditions. Temperature stability is essential to prevent cold stress and support healthy development. Feeding. Chicks require high protein starter feed enriched with essential vitamins and minerals for growth and immunity. Feed should be easily accessible and frequently replenished to encourage eating and prevent chicks from consuming litter or other unsuitable materials. Litter management. Clean, dry litter is crucial for a healthy environment. Materials like wood, shaving, sawdust, or rice hulls are used to absorb moisture and maintain hygiene. Regular removal of wet or soiled litter reduces the risk of respiratory problems and diseases. For the last heading, we'll be looking at medication. Preventative medication include vaccine or medicated feed. Is often administered during brooding to protect chicks from common disease. Accurate dosing is critical to avoid harming the bird while ensuring efficacy. And I will also be looking at general housing and equipment, nutritional requirement for poultry. Firstly, I'll be looking at general housing and equipment in poultry. Proper housing and equipment are critical in poultry farm to ensure healthy growth and productivity. Housing must provide security, be well ventilated, and protect birds from extreme weather conditions. For brooding, facility need heat sources like lamps or brooders to maintain appropriate temperature since chicks cannot regulate their body heat. Adequate space is vital to avoid overcrowding which can lead to stress or injuries. Equipment includes feeders and drinkers designed for easy access and to avoid spillage and contamination. Effective ventilation system help maintain fresh air and reduce harmful gases, while appropriate bedding materials like wood shaving enhance hygiene and comfort by observing moisture. Now we'll be looking at nutritional requirements for poultry. Nutrition is a cornerstone of successful poultry farming. Chicks need a high protein starter feed, 18 to 22% protein, to support rapid growth and muscle development. Additionally, their feed must supply energy, vitamin, and mineral essential for developing strong bones, feather, and immune system. Key nutrition include calcium and phosphorus for skeletal health and vitamin A, D, and E for immunity. Clean water must be available as chicks are particularly sensitive to water quality. Supplements such as vitamin or probiotics may be added to water to boost immune health and digestion. As birds grow, their diet transition to grow feed with slightly reduced protein level to maintain steady growth with excess fat accumulation.
My name is Miss Marian Calvin, and I will be discussing with you the parasites and diseases of poultry. Now let's look at parasites of poultry. Before we begin, we must first understand what exactly are parasites. A parasite is an organism that lives in or on another organism, which is a host and can gain an advantage at the expense of that organism. Now, parasites can fall into one of two groups, either external or internal parasites. External parasites, as the name suggests, are organisms which are found outside of the animal's body. Common external parasites that affect poultry are mites and lice. Now let's take a look at mites. Mites are tiny organisms found near the base of the feathers. They cause severe skin irritation, loss of feathers, pale comb and wattle, and decrease in egg production. Mites can be controlled by practicing good biosecurity and the use of pesticides. Now let's take a look at lice. Lice are most frequently found near the vent, breast, or thigh regions of the host's skin. They can cause severe skin irritation, dirty vents, drooping wings, pale comb and wattles, and a decrease in egg production. Lice can be controlled by practicing good biosecurity and the use of insecticides. Internal parasites, on the other hand, are organisms found inside of the animal's body. Common internal parasites that affect poultry are roundworm and tapeworm. Both of these organisms affect the digestive tract. They occur when the animal ingests the eggs shed in infested feces. Signs that the animal is affected by these parasites are paleness of face, comb and wattles, ruffled feathers, weight loss, anorexia, and diarrhea. Treatment would include the use of fenbendazole. Prevention can occur through good biosecurity. Now, let's move on to diseases frequently seen in poultry. In order for us to fully understand how these diseases affect poultry, we must first define the term disease. A disease is a harmful change to the normal structure or function of an organism. It is usually caused by harmful agents known as pathogens. Some common diseases frequently seen in poultry are coccidiosis and IBH, which is inclusion body hepatitis. Let's take a look at our very first disease, which is coccidiosis. Now, this disease is caused by a protozoan. Some signs that the animal is affected by coccidiosis are ruffled feathers, droopy posture, bloody or watery diarrhea, lack of appetite, and pale combs and wattles. A preventative measure of coccidiosis is to keep the litter dry. Treatment of this disease would include the use of amplorium sulfur-based drugs. Inclusion body hepatitis, our next disease, is caused by a virus. Some clinical signs of IBH are ruffled feathers, the animal becomes lethargic, yellow droppings due to excess acid buildup. Biosecurity and vaccination are preventative measures used for IBH. No treatment is mentioned. I'll now take this time to hand you over to my next colleague, Miss Murphy.
My name is Tremella Murphy. I will be looking at the management systems used in poultry rearing. Domesticated birds can be managed under 3 different systems depending on production objectives and the availability of financial resources. These management systems are free-range, semi-intensive, and extensive systems. They can be described as follows below. Number 1, the free-range or extensive system. Under this system, you simply allow the birds to fend for themselves while they are provided with a very small quantity of feed, grains, or kitchen waste. These birds will be allowed to roam freely to look for food. They may be seen scratching the soil trying to find insects or seeds to eat, and when it is evening time, they will find a place to rest. While this system is relatively cheap, the chickens wouldn't perform well. Their growth will be very slow, and they are vulnerable to diseases, theft, and predators. Secondly, we have the semi-intensive system. Under this management system, the birds are kept in a house or pen and provided with everything they need, such as feed, water, vaccines, and drugs. Additionally, an enclosed outdoor area attached to the main pen is provided for the birds to roam freely or to graze on veggies. While the system is significantly better than the free-range system, it requires spending more on housing and requires more attention to the welfare of the birds. The birds are also not protected from predators, but they do perform very well in terms of growth and production. Thirdly, we have the intensive system. This is the most common management system adopted by most commercial poultry farmers. The birds are kept indoors or inside a pen where they will be provided with nutritious feed, clean water, lighting, and medication. They get 100% attention and care for them to perform excellently. So if there is an issue or a problem, it is easy for the farmer to intervene and resolve it. The intensive system is quite expensive as it requires building a comfortable house or pen for the birds. However, the building cost will depend on the kind of materials used for constructing the house. In addition, waste or litter management is very paramount to avoid having a messy and odorous environment that is hazardous to both the poultry and the farmers. The intensive system can involve raising chickens in wooden or metal cages, on a deep litter floor, or in an elevated pen or house. The most important things are ventilation, spacing, stocking density, and feeding and watering systems. When these are adequately provided, the birds will do just fine and give you their best performance. So as mentioned earlier, your goal or objective and financial capacity will determine the type of management system that is best suited for you. For instance, if your objective is to raise chicken for the subsistence purposes, then the free range or the extensive system should be adopted. However, if you are interested in keeping chickens as a business, you should choose the intensive system instead. Thank you for watching our video. We hope that you would
When
have
I
learned
think of
something.
you sometime, I wanna spend